I want to look underneath the house because I think I may have to crawl underneath there to take a look at a few things, and I want you to come along because this particular video might help you out next time you decide to go underneath your house. Now you may not have a door like this going underneath your house from your utility room, okay? But I do. I mean, there's a few different ways that I can get underneath this house. And I think there's a light switch over here. Ah, look at that. And see, I can crawl up underneath there. I was hoping maybe just to look from here, but I don't think that's going to be the case. And we had a rat down here once upon a time. You see, we've got the little rat trap set up right there, and one right there. We caught a rat down here one day, and then another day, a squirrel. We found a squirrel, and it was laying right down here upside down, and we got the Terminex guy out here. I don't think he was from Terminex, you know, some pest control company. And he put it in a bag and he sprayed in here because it had some maggots and stuff started. Oh, it stunk. And that rat trap had tripped, and I thought, how is it that he didn't get caught there? He got caught all the way over here trying to get out this door. And I think it was because he got knocked silly and he hit his head as that came down, and then he came over here, and then he was right here upside down, poor little thing. But see, I want to get underneath there because first off, I can see right now there's a piece of insulation that's pushed down. We moved in here about a year ago, and I keep saying that I need to come down here and crawl around and see there's a crawl area there that goes into an area unknowns to me what it looks like or anything. And there's some other insulation hanging down over there, and I kind of want to go over in here too and check this out. So that's what this particular video is going to be about. And I've got to put my grubby clothes on because right now I'm not going to crawl down here like this. I got my good shoes on, my good pants, my good shirt on, and so I'm going to put my crummy pants on, and I think I'm even going to bring my extension cord up here and my trouble light. That way I can, when I crawl down through that, I'll have it, and then I can shine my light over here because I want to do some other looking around. I want you to see different things that I happen to point out. I want to see exactly how big those holes are over there. See right there? I mean, they're not that big, but there's got to be a way that a rat is getting in here, and squirrels and stuff like that. Maybe I'll find an area over there, or the pest control guy, he said he saw footprints on top of that black pipe over there, and I want to look at that, and maybe the rat and squirrel got on that and crawled through there and went across that way. Maybe there was no hole and they went back over here. So I want to kind of check that out. I also want to measure how thick that insulation is and how long it is, because I'm going to need to go to the store and get some more and figure out how to put it up there. And see, it looks like, you see these wires right there? See that loop-de-loop wire there? And you see the next piece? That's what kind of holds that insulation up in there. See, here's another one. See that? And it's just a long piece of wire, and they've kind of pushed it up in there, cut the wire just a little bit long, and I'm like, what happened to the wire there? So I'm thinking there might be some wires down in here. I'll have to figure out how to push the insulation up. But see, that insulation is not thick enough now, is it? See there? It looks like part of it has been pulled down, and where do you suppose it went? I'm guessing that it probably pooched down like that, and then the rats went up there and they reached up as high as they could and they pulled down, pulled a little bit, pulled a little bit, pulled a little bit, and they made a nest somewhere. And, you know, before we moved in, we had a home inspector come down here, and we also had a termite inspector come down. They said nothing about this insulation being short and that it was pulled down, it should be pushed up, and there's not supposed to be any wood around. And look at this, it looks like there's a piece of plywood or something right there. I don't know if that's cardboard or not. It actually looks like wood, doesn't it? Now see, you're not supposed to have any wood underneath your house, okay? That's for termite issues. You don't want to have different things. If you have ground termites or something like that, you don't want to give them any food. That's food for them. And see, the termite inspector, he was supposed to come down here. Did he even make it down here, or did he just charge us money? There's another piece right there. See that? That's a no-no. There's another piece right down there. So when I go down, when I get in here, I'm going to have to pick that kind of stuff up. And I'll be checking out some other things too. I want to check out the air conditioning and heating ducts, make sure they're strapped up properly, make sure there's no holes in them that need to be patched, or if there's any other insulation missing, or, you know, all kinds of different things I can check. And I want you to be able to do stuff like this and have a little bit more knowledge when you go underneath your house. Okay, so stick around. I'm going to change my clothes and get under there. Kaboom. I'm back. Hey, so before you get underneath your house, crawling around, or in your attic or anything like that, think about certain things first. Okay, so this is just going to be a short introduction. Now, you might want to wear a dust mask. Always make sure you have some extra dust masks. You never know when you're going to need them. And I'm probably not going to wear this because I don't have to crawl too low to the ground. Plus, I want to talk to you and I want you to hear me. Okay, but I've used this before. You might want to use something like that. A cell phone. Yeah, you could get your cell phone out and you can use your flashlight on it. And another thing you can do is, see, I've got my back support on. I could put my phone right like that, turn the light on, start walking around and stuff, and have the light shine, and I could use that for my light. Another thing you can use your phone for is when you're crawling around there, if you want to make a list, you can get out your notepad and you can start writing some stuff down. Okay, so I might use that. And if you don't have the phone, or you don't want to mess up your phone, you can get a light like this. Energizer. I think I got this from Home Depot. Not quite sure. It even came with the battery. See, I haven't even used it yet, and it gives you 4 different modes on there. 7 LED headlight, and it gives you 100 lumens. Am I saying that right? Lumens. Sorry. And see, it's a headband. And you put it on and you've got it right there, and then you can make it lighter and brighter and all that kind of stuff. Adjust that, and then you can use just that. Well, I'm probably not going to do that, but I'm just showing you different things that I'm going to use. Of course, I've got gloves out. I've got my goggles out. I'm actually wearing a hat too. Okay, keep cobwebs off or anything like that. Got my gloves on. What else do I got? I got my tape measure here because I've got to measure for the insulation down there, how thick the insulation is and how wide it is and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm actually going to bring in my construction light. And this construction light cost me about 15 bucks, maybe $18. This is a 500 watt. And you can get these in 250 or 300 watt. Okay, but I got the 500 watt because it gives me a little bit extra light. And then I've got my extension cord to run that. And a lot of times when I use this, I make sure I turn it off and don't just unplug it from the extension cord and just plug it in each time. Because I found one time I plugged it in to the extension cord, this was already on, and pop, it popped the bulb out, and I didn't have any extra bulbs. And the other thing, when you use those, you got to be real careful not to bang them around, because you bang it a little bit off to the side, you hit a 2x4, or you kind of drop it or something, you could blow the bulb out. Now I've been meaning to get some new bulbs, and I've got it on my list, and dabbity nabbit, I haven't gotten any extra bulbs yet. But you can buy replacement bulbs, and on this one I've got the 500 watt. In fact, you know what? I think I do. I think last time I went to Home Depot, I think I did get an extra bulb. You can buy a one or two pack, sometimes even a 3-pack. So always make sure you've got extra bulbs. And so now I'm almost ready. Now I've got my grubbies on, and I even got, look at my old sweatshirt. It's falling apart. By Joe, look at that. And I keep thinking I'm going to throw this sweatshirt away, and I've got a little paint going on in the middle, and I think nothing doing, you know, this is good for crawling around underneath the house or in the attic, or when I'm outside, you know, in the yard doing something. I've got my crappy shoes on, and these are ready to be thrown away. I keep thinking I'm going to throw them away, but then nah, I'll wait until my other good shoes turn into bad shoes, then I'll check these. Because if I didn't have these shoes, I'd have to wear my good tennis shoes down there. I don't want to do that. And I've got my back support on, I got my knee brace thing on. Just be ready before you go underneath the house, okay? So now I've got to get my ladder out and prop that up here, because I can't get up there from here. Usually when the pest control guy gets under there, he has me hold the ladder, and then he puts his feet on this. Well, I don't want to do that without anybody here, because I could fold this or tip it over, and I cringe every time he gets on it, thinking that this thing could buckle, but it never has, because he usually steps, you know, over here and then he goes up, but he always has me hold on to it. So I've got to set up my ladder over here and get ready, and we'll be under the house in a minute.